Two individuals who work here at the Willacy County Immigration Detention Center are now facing federal charges. The Donna ISD board met and they voted on the single item that was placed on today's agenda. Well, Janine, that is the big question. As you notice here, the intersection of Tyler and Frontage Road is back to normal, but just about an hour and a half ago, police and paramedics were all here. It's the first murder case for the city of Raymondville this year, and police say it all began with alcohol. But this is no longer 5th Street. As of Friday afternoon, the mayor and the Primera City Commission decided to name the street after their local hero, Specialist Eric D. Salinas Street. And even after fulfilling all those requirements, the state came back on Thursday and said the tent is still not ready. But she says come weekends, this room will be empty, this room will be empty, and probably most of the rooms down the hall will be empty. From dozens to possibly hundreds of bags of onions loaded in the home's garage, to what seems to be thousands of rotting onions just left on the ground. Two individuals who work here at the Willacy County Immigration Detention Center are now facing federal charges of human smuggling. The Willacy Detention Center is short 2 employees following a Thursday night illegal immigrant smuggling bust at the Sarita checkpoint. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Houston says Border Patrol agents arrested them. Allegations indicate that the 2 Willacy detention employees loaded dozens of undocumented immigrants onto company vehicles. Officials say they then tried to drive the immigrants across the checkpoint. There were 28 of them to be exact. Details as to whether the immigrants were being detained here or whether they were picked up at another location have not been confirmed. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents say all of them are now being processed for deportation. ICE officials also tell Action 4 News that the 2 smuggling suspects were not government employed. They do not work for ICE, but rather they were contracted by the agency. We learned they work for Management Training Corporation, or MTC, a company based out of Centerville, Utah that manages 12 correctional facilities throughout the country and provides security services to all of them, including this one in Raymondville. A spokesman for MTC tells Action 4 News they too are gathering more information on the 2 arrests. They wouldn't say exactly what the 2 suspects did here, but said everyone who gets hired to work for MTC goes through a security screening. The names of the suspects have not been released, but if convicted, federal immigration laws have established lengthy jail terms for crimes like these. Now, we've learned that the company vehicle or vehicles used to transport the immigrants have been returned to the detention center. Of course, we'll continue following this story and bring you more information as more details become available. For now, reporting live in Willacy County, Anabel Marquez, Action 4 News. Singing and keeping their spirits high. That's how hundreds of sugar mill workers started off their 4th day on strike Saturday.
Even though it's real cold and we're not with our families, but anyway, we're going to try to have a good time and let's see what God is going to have for us.
Strike started Wednesday when people like Gilbert Escobedo stepped away from the sugar mill to say enough is enough.
We feel that we should get paid more for our job.
Escobedo has been employed here for 10 years. Making $9.60 an hour, he says he's overworked and underpaid, especially with a family to support.
This year, we got increased pay of, I believe it was 30 cents or 35 cents more, and we're doing a lot more work for that amount of money.
But pay isn't all that employees ask for. Francisco Segura says a lunch hour would be nice.
Ni un break, ni tiempo de comida, todo.
Not a break, no time to eat. That's how he describes his work shift that begins at 5 a.m. and ends close to 7 at night. And medical benefits, they say, aren't too promising.
That they should be fairly compensated for their commitment to the sugar mill.
On top of that, they say their life insurance policies aren't favorable, offering about $5,000 for an accidental death incident.
They're producing basically over 100% for the sugar mill, but in effect, they're working, they're doing the job of 2 people.
On Saturday evening, the group's attorney met with the company's lawyer, hoping to reach a comfortable negotiation. And as that happened, the men camped out across the street, sacrificing the comfort of a warm home and several days' worth of pay. but not without a happy tune and a bountiful cookout. Near Santa Rosa, Anabel Marquez, Action 4 News. It's a peaceful winter Texan neighborhood. It's surrounded by trees, near a golf course. It's located in front of the arroyo and always tidy. A perfect place to relax. But as peaceful and quiet as this community may seem to be, residents say here lately it's been anything but. A loud, obnoxious alarm installed at this dollar store about a half a mile away is disrupting these folks, they tell us. And they want action.
And then it'll stop, and then it often just starts right back up again.
That could be annoying.
That is annoying.
Kim Martin lives here year-round. She says she hears the alarm at all hours of the day. When was the last time you heard it?
Last night, about 10 o'clock last night.
Her friends do too.
Wakes you up 2 or 3 times a night, goes off for 10 minutes, goes back on. You don't get a night's sleep around here.
Like last night, for instance, it went off at 4 o'clock, and as Kim said, it was on for 15 minutes. And by then, you're upset.
Harlingen police confirm they've been here before, but Martin says something must be done now. The noise just doesn't end.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We wanted to know more about the noisy problem. The manager at the Family Dollar store located off Rangerville Road says she's aware of the concerns.
We're already working on it. I've already spoken to my district manager.
She explains the store is surrounded by a motion-activated alarm, and even the slightest movement during the night and early morning hours makes it go off.
I mean, there's nothing more I can tell you guys, just that we are working on it. We're doing everything possible. We're trying to keep the community happy because we know the community is the business. So
residents here hope the problem is fixed, and that, they say, will help them stop making noise about it all. In Harlingen, Anabel Marquez, Action 4 News.